Hi Realtors, it's Jennifer Ressman with Voyou Social Media Marketing. I'm here to talk to you about a couple of things today. One is your social media. If you aren't on social media yet, if you're not doing the social media marketing, please understand how important it is for you to be on social media. There's over 1 billion people on Facebook every day, and you want to capture at least some of them. Especially the people that are in your neighborhood. The people that are in your community are the ones that are going to be drawn to somebody else in their community. They're going to want a realtor that's going to help them sell their house. So, why is it important to you as a realtor? It's a great place not only to communicate with your community, but show off those houses. Lots of photos, lots of video. You can really show them off. You can really promote those within your community. So I have a nice group of things here listed below about how you can get started with your social media or maybe expand on what you've already got going. Okay, so I had to have my little printout here because I don't want to forget anything that you need to know. And below you will see more in-depth and detailed discussion about what you should do for your social media. So let me give it a whirl for you real quick so you can follow along and make sure that you got everything covered. So first you want to start with your business keyword list. And what the heck is that? So that's a list that you've compiled of topics and discussions and stuff that people have told you that they're interested in talking about in the social media, in the real estate arena, in your industry. So things that you'll put in there are very simple, like real estate will be one of your keywords, and your location, like Miami or wherever you live, Pittsburgh. Then you want to build on that. Consider the different questions that you have been asked in the past, like what have your past clients that were first-time homeowners or first-time home buyers, what did they ask you? You can create a list based on probably 10 of the questions that they have come up with. Fears that they have, you can discuss those probably in great length. What to expect when they're buying their first house, what to expect after they've purchased their first house. You can move on and talk about next-time homeowners, what to expect buying your second home, things of that nature. So build that keyword list together and keep it accessible because you'll use it for your social media all the time. So after that, you want to go on with your favorite platforms. You want to get started creating the pages on your social media sites that you either are familiar with first, or maybe you already have been doing, or maybe you've only been doing one. You want to build on what you've started there and move to the next one. If you haven't gotten started at all, certainly get started and work on it for a little while. Give it a few months, become familiar with the way it works, become familiar with who's out there and what people want to talk about before you move on to the next platform and get the same situation going there. Some of them are better than others for what you are going to be talking about, so I have a recommendation of the 4 you can start with down below. Okay, so after that you want to develop your social media content calendar. So you're going to want to post on a regular basis, but you don't want to forget what you wanted to talk about. Maybe you came up with some ideas already with the keywords that you have started. So after that, you want to start producing maybe some headlines, some titles of some posts that you want to talk about. I like to keep them in a spreadsheet. I like to keep them numbered. I like to keep them when I have posted them in what month, topics. Maybe you have some links. Maybe you have some images that you can include there, all that kind of stuff. So from there, you want to mark up your calendar as to when you're going to take care of your content. So block up a little bit of space in your day, block up a little space in your week something that you stick to. You already know now that it's important to be out there on social media, so make sure you have the time to do it. Make sure that you tell people, I am busy this morning. I cannot do whatever. This is important stuff. Okay, so after that, you want to write posts about what we've just talked about from your keywords and develop those social media platform contents. So the posts and the stuff that you're going to actually put onto those platforms will come from the keywords you're talking about. You can always include those kinds of things. On Twitter, you can start using hashtags with that kind of keyword descriptions in there. So after you've got that going and you've started writing from your posts, you want to make sure that you have a whole bunch of photos. Maybe the easiest part of your social media is getting all those photos together. Always be collecting photos. Always be organizing them in a file specifically for either certain types of posts you're going to do, or maybe certain types of categories. So keep those accessible and constantly be replenishing it. You don't want to keep, you don't want to use stuff that's online already, that people are already going to be familiar with. Besides, you're going to be posting for your own website, or your own listings. So make sure to stay on top of that. And in the future, we're going to talk about, and I'm going to try to convince you to do video. And I shouldn't have to convince you too much, because it's fantastic. People love it. The platforms love it. They all want you to be doing video, so just give them what they want, because that will boost who sees it, because the platforms want more video on there. So just do it. And your clients are gonna love it. That's what they want to see. It sells houses. Video is great. Okay, so I make sure that you include your call to actions. If you don't know what that is, it's something that you want your new prospect or your client to do after they've read over or viewed your video. Make sure that you include that somewhere. You can pepper it within your blog post or your posts that you put on social media, but make sure that you have it somewhere so that they know what they want to do. Excuse me. Okay, so after that, you want to make sure that you've got everything scheduled. So if you're doing it manually, that's fine for now. You might get a little busy in the future, so you're going to want to explore some other options. Just Google, scheduler for social media, and you should come up with a whole bunch of stuff. And look into the reviews so that you understand which direction you want to go in. Some people like this, some people like that. Maybe you're only using a couple of different platforms, so you can keep it small for now. Okay, so you also want to remember to engage and make sure that you follow up with everybody that's talking to you online. And I want to touch on one other thing after that. But when you post and when you put up a blog post, don't just, okay, I'm on my way to do something else, or I'm never going to check in on that again, because check, that's done. You want to make sure that you come back every day to your platforms and see if anybody has engaged with you, see if anybody has discussed about what you're posting. And you also want to, what I was going to say again was communicate with other people in your community. So let's say you're from Miami. Start searching for Miami on Facebook and start talking with those people in Miami. Building a relationship there. Maybe you have some answers for some questions that they have. Maybe you have questions for them. Maybe you're looking for something. So start to build on that community. Don't just post it and forget it. It's really important that you build on the relationships that you're trying to build on. This is a little different than knocking on doors. This is a little different than having a TV advertisement or a newspaper advertisement or even a mailer. This is actually a way that you can communicate with the clientele and the customers that want to talk to you. it's a unique industry. It's a unique place to be, social media. So make sure that you're out there. Okay? And, I've also included a nice checklist at the bottom of the post for you. It'll help remind you what you need to focus on each week. Download that, just put it next to your computer. It'll remind you, put stuff in your calendar, stay on it. You'll build on it. Things will start to happen if you work it. It'll take some time, but that's okay. It's going to give you more exposure in your industry, and it's going to give you more engagement with your community. Okay? So give these things a try. Leave me a comment on Facebook. Contact me on any of the platforms you see. There's a little button at the bottom. And I also have a pinnable little image there at the bottom. I'd love it if you'd pin that and share the experience and share the knowledge with other realtors out there. We can all use some good education for marketing for realtors on social media. So thanks for being here today, and good luck.